This is just a quick tutorial on how to add metadata onto your projects. As you can see here, I have opened up a project. This is Farmer Bob. Farmer Bob's going to be a veggie farmer, and for the purposes of this video. And the first thing we're going to do is we want to export this file into its own file so that we can upload it to various platforms or various social media platforms like Facebook or YouTube or Instagram. So the first thing we have to do is come over here up into the left-hand corner of Premiere and click Export. Now you can change the file name and the file format to match whatever social media platform that you're using right through here. However, there's an easier way to do this, to have a number of outputs so they can go to all the social media platforms, and you can have each file exported separately with the metadata that you want attached to it to go to whatever social media platform that you want. And you can export multiple files just using your media, sending it to Media Encoder. So let's go ahead and open up your Media Encoder. And the first thing I notice here, and this little PR means Premiere, and this is our source. So the first thing I want to do is I want to change the name of this file. Let's see, we're going to call this one Farmer Bob. And we're going to make this a 1080 file. I'm going to make it 1080p. And we're going to make him a veggie farmer. And I'm going to hit save. Now all I have to do is come over here to Custom and click on this once, and then I'm going to get this screen. This screen is going to allow me to do a number of things. It's going to allow me to change this file format. I'm going to go to one of my favorite file formats right here is H.264. And let's see, I can also change this preset to match in 1080, or this high quality that I wanted. So I'm going to click that, and as you can see, this preset will come up here. There's the title, the output of my file. And I'm going to burn the closed captions right into this file. That means I'm not going to be able to take them down, right? They're going to be up all the time. If I wanted to change that, I'd create that as sidecar file, an SRT file. That means all my closed captions will be in an SRT file. It'll export right alongside this Farmer Bob 1080p file, this Farmer Bob the veggie farmer, right? And those closed captions within that SRT file can be uploaded to YouTube or Facebook or whatever platform you like, and all your closed captions will be right there and ready for your audience to turn on and off. Okay, so let's get down to our metadata right here. The first thing you're going to go down to is Dublin Core. And I'm going to type in just a little bit of information and then show you how to change that information from one file to the next. And then we're going to do a process of opening up Bridge. And that's also going to be able to allow us to change our metadata from what we originally have. So he's a veggie farmer, so I'm just going to put in a few keywords here. Let's just put in 3 for right now. And as soon as you can see right here, as soon as I type them in and I click off of here, it's going to tally up the number of keyword entries that we have, right? And this is important because right now we have 3 keywords just attached to this simple file, even though you're going to want more when you're going up to your social media platforms. Let's see, we're going to call this title Farmer, the Veggie Farmer. And we're just going to click OK. And I'm going to click OK again down here in the corner. And this is our first file. Now I'm going to add a second one. If these icons are blacked out, like you see right here, just simply find your source again and click on it, and then you can come over here and add another output. Right? I'm going to change the name of this file now. And Bob the Fruit Farmer. All right. I'm just doing this to give you an example now of how you can change your metadata and all of this information through your media encoder. So let's go ahead and change this. We're going to burn our captions right into the file. And we'll go down to metadata. And now we're going to change our metadata so that you can see that there will be a clear difference between the two. And now let's go ahead and change those keywords to vegetables, from vegetables into fruit. And the same process, we're going to go over here and click OK. Now all we have to do is export them all. That is this button right over here in the corner of our media encoder. And both videos are going to process out. And they're going to be going right over to our desktop. Here's our Bob the Veggie Farmer file. And we're going to drag him right over here to our timeline, and our fruit farmer video, we're going to drag him right over here. And let's just click on this first one here. Do a little upkeep here. And okay, so now we want to make sure that this metadata attached to each is okay. So just click this little arrow here and come over and open metadata. If you cannot find this window or that selection, all you have to do is come over here to Window again, come down and find Metadata, and make sure you click on it and that it's checked off, and then you'll be able to have that as an option over here in this corner. Let's do a little bit more housekeeping here to show you. Okay, so this is my first file, the Veggie Farmer. You can see the contributor's name was Mike. That's how I added it in. It's an H.264 file, 1080. And here is the vegetables, right? The vegetable farmer. If I come over here and select this file, you'll notice that it changes. It changes over to the fruit farmer file. And the guy's name was Steve that I put in there. And the keywords were put into here as just 3 keywords, right? So now there is another way to go and change your metadata files, right? So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to minimize this. And I'm going to open Bridge. Here's Bridge. Bridge, you can also add metadata, but it's far easier to do because the file has already been exported, right? So here's my first file, this the fruit farmer one, and here is the Veggie Farmer file, right? So let's go down here. You can see there's not much information. I didn't really add that much. I just put in the creator name of Mike, but there are the keywords, right? There's the Veggie Farmer, right? So let's add in a couple more keywords here. So let's add vegetables, and Bob, and farmer, and let's say he's in Ohio, and I'm adding all of these keywords in. Now, these aren't added to this file automatically. I have to go to this little check mark and hit apply first. So now those keywords should be added in to our file of Bob the Veggie Farmer. Let's go up to the fruit farmer, right? We'll notice that this changes over. As soon as I click on it, this changes over to the keywords. The guy's name should be Steve. There we go. There's Steve, the creator, right? And here's the fruits. So let's call Bob the fruit farmer instead in this file. Just like that. And let's make him in Florida instead. Doesn't matter. For the purposes of this demonstration. And then it's the same thing. We come over here and we click apply. All right, so now let's go ahead and close Bridge. Then we're going to open up again our Premiere. Let's go to our Veggie Farmer file. And as you can see, it's automatically changed for us to all the keywords that I have added, just using Bridge. Come over here. Here's the added of the fruit farmer. There's the fruit farmer file. And you're set to go from there. Okay, so that has been your short tutorial on how to add metadata through Media Encoder and through Bridge.